Yes, my name's Kai, and this is a video describing how to install the new AMD Fluid Motion Frames 2 software on your Asus ROG Ally X. Welcome to CaiLife. Welcome on into the video. Welcome. If you're a new viewer, then pull up a seat, as I say, make yourself a lovely drink. I've got a nice, lovely, hot, fresh cappuccino. And come and join me as we install the brand newly released software from AMD, guys that provide the chipset in your Asus ROG Ally X, and their new AMD Fluid Motion Frames 2 software. Now, the AMD Fluid Motion Frames 1 software has been in use on the Asus ROG Ally bits of kit, bits of hardware, but they've just released the sequel. They've just released the follow-up, and it's super easy to install. And I'm going to explain a little bit about what it does. And then in some other videos, I'm going to show you it in action on some of your favorite games. So come and join me, come a little bit closer, and let's get stuck in on how to install this lovely bit of software on your Asus ROG Ally X. Okay, so method number 1, and full disclaimer, I didn't use this method, but it is advised by some if you're having problems with method number 2, is to use a piece of software called Display Driver Uninstaller, which you can find very easily directly from your Asus ROG Ally X. Just use your browser of choice, mine is Firefox, and search for Display Driver Uninstaller. It's as simple as that. Once you've downloaded the software, you can easily hone in on your display driver, which of course is the AMD, and then uninstall that driver from your device before installing the new driver directly from the AMD or Asus website. Now, if you don't want to mess with Display Driver Uninstaller, then you should be able to use the baked-in software on your ROG Ally X, which is, of course, Armoury Crate. Now, this was a somewhat slow rollout via Armoury Crate, so hopefully by now everyone has this option, and it's a much simpler method. Simply open up your Armoury Crate software and navigate to the Update Center page. And in there, obviously, click your Check for Updates. Guys, I'm so hyped for you to install this software. It makes such a big difference to your favorite Ally X games. Under Device and Component, you should see that lovely new AMD display driver software ready to be installed. So go ahead and click that download button and then install that software. And hey, while you're waiting for it to download, it's a great time to make sure that you've liked this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so that you know when there is more content dropping here on CaiLife. Now, you want to make sure that that software has installed. Sometimes it might require a restart of the device, which you may or may not be prompted for. But either way, open up your AMD software so that you can absolutely double check that this has installed on your device. And the way you do that is open up that software, scroll across to gaming, or tap with your finger, as I do here, across to gaming. Check that graphics tab, and you will see when you scroll down AMD Fluid Motion Frames 2. That number 2 is the crucial aspect here. If it doesn't say 2, then it hasn't installed properly. And if it hasn't installed properly, then try the Display Driver Uninstall method for a clean way to get through it. It's also worth visiting the Games tab in your AMD software, because you can set various settings here, including your AMD Fluid Motion Frames 2 settings per game, rather than having to go in and out. It's also worth checking under that graphics tab, because you can set a lot of these to your command center. So I have the AMD Super Resolution and the image sharpening set as shortcuts in my command center, so I can turn those off nice and easily whilst I'm in game, rather than having to revisit this menu whilst playing something. Right, that'll do for this video. I hope you've got that lovely new piece of software installed and you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about the software. Let me know what you're doing with your ROG Ally X, because I love talking anything about this machine. Until next time, and until the next video, peace out, take care, and much love.